Hi, it's Natalie from PaperFlora, and I wanted to take a few minutes to show you some of our new designs. These are our new templates. We have 3 new ones. We have the Brenda Rose, which is this. We also have the Flora, which is this petal. And we have the new Peony. This is the new Lauren Peony. So each petal has its own individual shape, and I'm going to show you a little bit about how to fold them. I'm not going to show you how to put the whole thing together because I have another video that shows you how to put the flowers together, to assemble them. So once you know how to assemble one flower, you know how to assemble all of them by folding the petals, crossing over with each size, and I will show you that in a minute. A couple of the new centers we have, I wanted to go over those with you. This is one of the new centers right here, and it looks like this. And all you do with these, it's very simple. Take one of your tools. You can use a ruler. This is actually for sewing. It's a boning. It's to turn in seams. You can also use something like this. So I just curl it up like you do for regular curling ribbon, all the way around. And the trick here is to fold it in your hand and get those petals to kind of overlap. And you do the same thing with this one. Don't be afraid to work the paper. Then I would glue this one inside there. And that is this center right here inside the peony. The peony, you have 2 different center options. You have the one I just showed you, and you also have this one, which is a little closed. And what you do with that one is you'll also receive this type of center, and same thing. You're going to curl it like you do with curling ribbon. What I do with this one sometimes is I just give these little petals a little curl in so they kind of sit. You can do all of them, you can do some of them, but they kind of sit inside a little closer like that. And then you do each size. I think you get 3. This one, let's make this a little bit curlier. Don't be afraid to get in there and do whatever you want with these petals. They're not, it's just paper. You can't really make a mistake. It's just the look that you like. So once you do this 3 times and glue them together, you're going to get a center that looks like this one. You can also put this center inside of here. If you really want a big full center, that looks really nice too. So play around with the centers that you get. Play around with the different petals. This is, like I said, this is the new Lauren Peony. And what I do with this is there's, the different size petals, is I bend one forward and one back. And I do that to all of them. And once you have all that done, then you start crossing over. Remember, the larger the petal, the smaller the crossover, because you want it to have that fullness. As you progress and get smaller and smaller into the petals, then I start crossing it over even more because I want that center to stand up. So that's the new peony. This is it in a large size, so it's a good size flower. And as you can see, the the outer petals, because I didn't cross them over as much, sit a little bit lower. The ones in the front, I crossed over more, so they're sitting up higher. And that's the Lauren Peony. The next one we have is the Flora, and this is a new petal altogether. It has the same idea, you know, depending on how much you want them to sit up. But this one, what I do here is I just curl just a few of the little tips, kind of up and back. And the next one I might do all up. The next one I might give a little bit more definition. So you have the different types of curl that you want. And here you can see it. This is back, forward, back, forward. This one, same thing. This one is both forward. And as they get smaller, I cup them closer in. So the ones in the front don't have a back and a forward. I just did that for the larger. And once I got to the middle, I folded them all in. Only because that's the way flowers cut. Now this one does have one of our new centers that I wanted to show you. It comes in 4 sizes. You don't have to use all 4. Just depends on what you want. And what you do is you're going to fold them. And what I do here is I fold them up. And I use this is a stylus, but you can also use the end of a paintbrush, anything, wooden spoon, and I curl all these up. And I'm going to do that to each size, starting by bending and curling in. I did that to all of them, and you have all 4. The smallest one, I'm going to really cup together so that it stays closed. You can also glue them right here, a tab of glue on both sides if you want them to stay like a bud. So I think that's what I'm going to do here. I'm just going to add a little dab of glue on both sides. And hold it till it adheres. Put a dab of glue at the bottom and glue it right inside. I also use these skewers just to hold it down so it's a really good tight fit. I'm going to put this one inside of here. And just offset it just a little bit. Again, hold it close so it looks like a bud. And there's the last one. Again, if you want it to be really close, you can add a little dab of glue to these petals to keep them nice and tight. I want it a little bit more open. So then what I do with the Flora, once you have the 4 centers, because you've got, this is a medium size, so you have the 3 layers, I just plop that right in the middle. And that's the new Flora center.